And I've also had to give up most of my gameplay, which is really hard on me because I wanted to write video games long before I wanted to write novels. Um, and Fallout was on the horizon. I'm like, Fallout's one of my favorite games ever. I've been waiting for 6 years for this to come out. So, yeah, I'm going to play Fallout. I'm going to get a new computer that will run this new game. I'm going to do it. I was all geared up. I'm like, this is what I'm going to let myself do this. And then I realized the release date was almost exactly the same as the beginning of my fundraiser. And I'm like, damn it. I was going to give myself this one treat is to play Fallout, but it's happening right in the middle of this. And so I was thinking, it's also NaNoWriMo. And I'm like, maybe I should do NaNoWriMo as part of the charity to kind of give people book 3 if they really want something in book 3. And then I had the idea. I'm like, I'll give up 3 hours of my day. 3 hours of my day. And people can vote. You go in and you donate, and you either vote on book 3, or you vote for me to play Fallout, and I will live stream either one. And I figured I'm gonna write a lot of book 3. Either one that wins, I win. I will enjoy either one of these. And today is the 1 week anniversary of me starting that, and Fallout has won every single day.
That's what I was going to point out. Is you even have a special Twitter feed for this, where you've got the patometer or whatever you call it, the Patomatic, and it consistently leans to Fallout. What does that say for all of these people that are constantly haranguing you for book 3, but that they would vote with their money to watch you play Fallout?
Well, I think it actually indicates a few different things. One is that we give a disproportionate amount of weight to people who complain.
Yeah.
True.
The
The squeaky wheel gets the grease. But the other part of it is that, I think, if you're the sort of person who, is really genuinely bent out of shape, that I'm not directly putting a book into their hands right now, those people maybe have not completed their empathy training yet.
Right. They need to go back and reread books 1 and 2 several times.
Or a couple other books, to kind of broaden themselves up. And let me say, I remember thinking exactly what all of these people have said. When I was 12, I would go to Walden Books, and I'd look at all the sci-fi and fantasy, and I would go, why? There's no new Piers Anthony books. Why doesn't somebody just chain him to a desk? It's because I want a new book to read, and I like Piers Anthony, and so where the hell is it? I remember feeling that. I remember thinking those actual words, being irritated that there was not... And Piers Anthony wrote 2 books a year, which now I realize is... that's a mutant superpower. And so I thought that. Now, and so most of these people who are like, what the hell, man, where's book 3? They say that, and again, what they're doing is they're kind of, they're expressing love. And it's easy to forget that. It's really easy to forget that.
Sure.
And I think almost all the time what they're meaning to do, what they're trying to say is, I love your books, and I'm so excited about the next one, which is a beautiful thing to say. It's an amazingly kind thing to say. But, kind of in the same way that, men that stand on the street and shout at women kind of think they're paying them a compliment, or they think
right.
that they're being funny, and they really don't understand that is just horrifying fucking behavior. Although I think a lot of them know.
Yeah, probably so.
And the same is probably true. There are some legitimate trolls out there who just they want to shit in the heart of the world because something is really unhappy in their lives, and I feel bad for those people. Um, but I think, I've had people actually email me and say, I wanted to apologize. When I first found your Facebook page, the very first thing I did was say, hey, where the hell is book 3? I really want to read it. He goes, and now I realize that is the first thing everyone says to you. And I'm so sorry that I contributed to that constant nagging that must be really horrible. He goes, I'm tired of seeing it on your page, and it's not even my page. Nobody's doing it to me. And so, again, he didn't mean to make my life worse. He was just excited, and that was the first thing that would come into his head, is to express that excitement about the upcoming book. So again, there's virtually no malice in those statements, in the vast majority of them. And so, when people look at, when they read the blog that I wrote about that, they're like, oh man, of course, Pat, you should, live a good life, be happy. I play video games. You should play video games. And so they show up to help out, and vote for me to play a game. Although today is the closest it has ever been. It's like, what is it?
It's $300 difference.
$300 difference. That's actually better. Oh, Fallout has pulled ahead because for a while it was like $50. It was less than $50 difference. Today is the closest day ever. And I'm really hoping Fallout wins, because I told people on the stream last night that we would do something kind of special. Traditionally, Thursday night is date night for Sarah and I. And I said, if we get a total of more than $6,000 in, of votes, I'll invite Sarah. Sarah will come and do date night with me, and we'll play Fallout together. But Sarah showing up and us working on book 3 together would be a little weirder. So yeah, I'm looking. I think it'll be fun. Sarah doesn't play many games, so being able to bring her in and show her Fallout and explain things to her, and and I get to spend time with my girlfriend.
That'll be great. Yeah, that'll be great. I just want to know if you can devise a perk that I can find out what's in the box. That's all I really want to know.